We really want to also be grateful and think about all of the help that we've had through our guests over the last few months. And we had various guests on different topics. So Katie Dodd, the geriatric dietitian, on vitamin K and blood thinners. Meredith Cushing was a guest for 2 of our episodes, all about food waste and tips in the kitchen. So the 3 R's, the reuse, reduce, recycle in the kitchen.
And Meredith was, she insisted that she was our first guest, and she insisted that she be our first guest and that we interview her. And so she kind of got the ball rolling with all our guests and interviews and figuring out how to do that. So yeah, thanks Meredith for pushing us to do that.
And thanks so much for all of your support to the listeners and your blog and all the comprehensive information about reducing food waste, which is so huge.
Totally.
And we also had Carrie Heineman, all about the importance of family meals. That was such a great interview and such good information.
Carrie's got a wicked Instagram page too. Instagram and Facebook both. She is on there every day with really informative posts, great pictures, and such good information. So make sure to check that out.
Yeah, that was a really good one. And Jacob Hansen also, he popped in and he gave us his real life perspective as a firefighter on shift work and what he does to stay healthy, plus all of the information about helping to live a healthy life if you do work shift work. And there's a great blog article on that one too.
Yeah, always fun talking to Jacob.
Yeah. And then also it was great to talk with Kim Tirapelli and how to help people who want to get active and change their lifestyle after having bariatric surgery. And wow, Kim is a fireball. It was great talking with her.
Lots of passion there.
Absolutely. And talking with Leisha Nicely, the thyroid dietitian, all about helping people with low thyroid function and her own experience with the healthcare system and how she really can help people navigate their own issues with thyroid problems.
Yeah, that was quite an informative episode. She had some personal stories she shared with us and just tons of information. And she's really, really well spoken. And she's also got amazing social media pages with tons of information. She's on there all the time. So yeah, check those out as well.
Yeah, and there'll be a blog uploaded on thyroid shortly. And then also Scott Fickerson came by and we talked all about plant-based eating and vegan diet while you're running. So the nutrients of concern to try to highlight, to make sure that you're getting in a vegan diet. So that was really informative.
Yeah, he's kind of like our in-house vegan expert, we'll call him.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
And just a good friend. For years, at least 10 years, we've known Scott. And then Melanie Betts, she came on and talked all about kidney stones. So that was helpful because it's such a common problem in North America. And she had some really good advice, and her resources online are linked in the show notes with that one.
Also Epic social media pages there too.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. Oh, and then Lisa Duncan, we interviewed her all about diet culture and society. And that was a powerful interview. Wow. It brought tears to my eyes just from her own lived experience with diet culture.
Yeah. And knowing Lisa, that's someone who just exudes gratitude like I've never seen.
Yeah.
She's just got this constant, huge smile and yeah, just such a positive person. It's amazing.
Yeah. You give me goosebumps actually talking about it. That's true. Absolutely. I reflect with what you're saying and I agree with it.
We'll link to her Facebook. She runs a fitness business, I guess, studio business, whatever. And her posts are just amazing, positive, just inspirational and relatable to people. Yeah, they're real. They're genuine and authentic, and yeah, it's really refreshing to see that kind of stuff being posted on social media. So we'll definitely link to that. We'll link to all of these in the show notes, but yeah, make sure to check out Lisa's, because I mean that as far as gratitude, that's just encompasses what that word means. Yeah, absolutely. And that was the diet culture and society. And then just last week, we interviewed Sandra Thies, who did, she's all about
she's passionate about intuitive eating and framing our healthcare work around intuitive eating rather than weight focused and BMI and all that. So this one will be coming up on Monday, and it's going to be a real good one to listen to.
Yeah, it'll be another powerful, inspirational episode.
Eye-opening.
Yeah. So make sure you tune into that. That's coming up on Monday.
Well, and I love that she teaches. She's an educator at UBC to the nursing students. So she's getting that message in to the next generation of healthcare workers, which I just think is so key.
And she's young.
Yeah,
she's just fresh out of school too.
Oh, yeah.
So I think it's even more, she has a more powerful stance because she's kind of at that same level as students are, you know.
Yeah.
And I think she's got a lot.
She's probably about the same age as some of her nursing students.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, oh gosh, we had the best interview with a local author who did a memoir and cookbook, Margot Fedorak, on cooking tips for desperate fishwives. And it's going viral on her YouTube. Like, people just love that. That book cover is so beautiful. And her story and her quirky, unconventional lifestyle was just such a breath of fresh air for all of us to listen to with her interview and just get more information on her through YouTube. And it was such a great interview.
It was really fun, and it's entertaining, and it's it's definitely worth a listen.
And then we're going to be interviewing Prajakta Apte on gut health tomorrow. And so she's got her own podcast, and this will be a really beneficial one for so many people. Listeners have said, hey, I've got some gut health issues. I've got ulcerative colitis. I've got Crohn's. I've got, the gut brain issue. I want to talk about that. So we've gotten some feedback from listeners, and I definitely think that Prajakta is going to really give us some good information about gut health and how we can help ourselves.
Yeah, I think there's so many health problems that are related to our gut. So that should answer a few questions, I would think.
Absolutely. Yeah. So just to reflect, we really gratitude to all of our listeners for choosing this podcast to listen into. We really appreciate it. We know that most of you that listen once tend to come back over and over again. We have those analytics, and we can actually track that kind of stuff. So you guys are loyal followers. I love it.
Don't worry. We don't know your names or anything. We don't know where you live.
Unless you send us a message, which we've gotten a few, which is awesome. And also so much gratitude to all of our guests over the few months that we've had guests. And we will continue to offer more guest perspectives and alternative ideas from a variety of authors and specialists in various areas for our listeners. And we really want to highlight the importance of having a mindful gratitude practice in your day-to-day living.